in terms of the delivery is the initial move, the setup, the initial move. We look at, is the initial move of his delivery influencing what he's trying to accomplish within the delivery? Okay, so now for me, the initial move is setting up every other movement downstream. And the first thing that I look at is the rhythm, tempo of the hands and the feet. So you'll see the lead foot come up, hands come up. That's going to just promote better timing of when the hand separates, okay? So I'm a big fan of that, especially at 18U when you're really focused on getting rhythm and you're getting consistent with when your hands separate, and which is going to give you consistency when you're in that release slot, okay? So that's a beautiful piece that I like here in his delivery. And then as soon as this is occurring, I look at the foot and the ankle that's attached to the ground. Usually, guys at his age and guys at, 150 pounds, you'll see a lot of ankle instability. You'll see a lot of foot instability. You'll see a lot of shifting that's going to throw off direction. And for Slade here, that's actually not what he does at all. It's really good that he's got that stability there. But staying on this little initial move topic, I think he can benefit. I've done a lot of things on like the 3 different energy systems that the body is going through when we are throwing a baseball on a mound. Okay, so just to give you some very simplistic kind of understanding of this is the first energy that we look at, and the biggest energy is going to be the rotational energy aspect, the torque, what you create when you segment your 2 rotations, lower body, upper body. You create rotational energy, and then you launch, and that's obviously the hip shoulder separation component. That's going to be your biggest energy source, right? Second is going to be ground force energy, right? So the energy that you're putting into the ground as soon as you descend from leg lift and you load into the drive leg. That's energy into the ground that we get back when we then block with our lead leg. Okay, there's going to be a good amount of energy there. Third, lastly, is going to be the energy source that is applied when we look at just forward acceleration. All right. Acceleration going down the mound, using the slope, using gravity to influence in a higher rate of acceleration to then block with the lead leg and send up the kinetic chain. So we're absorbing all of this energy at once and positioning our upper body accordingly. The reason why I break that down for you is because I try to I use the word manipulate this energy source or this energy system, but I don't think that's the right word. Manipulate it in terms of Slade being 6'16", 6 foot, 150 pounds. Obviously, we want to grasp this stability, the strength. Obviously, we're trying to work towards that. But I think what right now, which could be super advantageous, is if we get a little bit of forward momentum in our initial move. All right. So as soon as he lifts here, you can see that he's already shifting a little bit of a coil, which is fine. And he's in the knee extension here. And he doesn't start really moving, towards his desired target until he reaches like the peak of his leg lift. And now as he descends, you're going to see this little hip coil, which in and of itself isn't bad. So don't take this as like, oh, that's bad. So you have this hip coil. So you see the trunk posture shift over the back leg. So he's staying on that back leg, which again, isn't bad. But now as soon as we get into our anchor point here, where our energy and our acceleration is coming here, you can see that his head is still somewhat back. And now again, I want to makes myself clear, like this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but when we look at like all 3 of those different energies and like where we're at with those and what our body type is presenting, like it would be extremely beneficial in my opinion is if we can increase our forward move in that initial move, in that initial leg lift, to then increase our ability to then accelerate into our front foot strike, which I'll talk about here in a minute, how I think it can clean up his upper body as well. All right, so let's go compare here. Carlos Radon, okay, having a great year. Let's take him into his initial move. So you can see now, watch as he lifts his leg and watch how his body is shifting. His center mass is constantly shifting down the mound as he's lifting, right? So this is straight on the side, and you can see that as he's lifting, that front hip is slowly but surely moving forward. And now as he descends from peak leg lift, now this is where he loads up his drive leg. Still that same little shift, that little counter rotation, little coil. But you can see that he never gets into the position of like defying forward gravity, defying forward acceleration. Now he loads authentically in his drive leg. And now by the time he gets down to his anchor point, right? So all this forward acceleration to be blocked and send up the energy chain, boom, like he's now in front. Now he's putting more force to be then blocked into that lead leg, right? So that's the first thing that I wanted to hammer home was his ability to then increase his acceleration essentially into the front foot strike. Okay, increasing that energy source of forward acceleration. All right, dudes, Robby Rowe here. Thank you for watching that video. If you're interested in booking your own mechanical analysis, you can click that link right there. Also tell you a little bit about the service and what it entails. Hit that link right there. Subscribe, please. You can also check out that video right there, which is related to the video that you just watched if you want to get some more context on that. All right, guys. Much love. God bless. Till next time. See ya.
Strike 3! You're out!